You ever get that feeling? That little inkling that someone likes you, but you just can't be 100% sure? Well, today, we're going to decode the 8 secret signs of a hidden crush. You know, all those subtle little clues people give away when they're interested, but maybe just a bit too shy or nervous to come right out and say it.
So, does this question make a specific person pop into your head? Someone whose mixed signals are driving you just a little bit crazy? If you're trying to figure them out, you are definitely not alone, and that is exactly what we are going to unpack today. So, we're going to break down 8 key indicators that should make things a lot clearer for you. Think of this as your own personal field guide to spotting a secret crush. We're going to look for clues in their behavior, their words, and, yeah, their actions. Okay, first up, we are putting on our detective hats and diving into nonverbal cues. You know, body language can often broadcast what a person is really feeling long before they're ever ready to say it out loud. So, the first major clue is a big shift in their personality whenever you're around. The trick here is to really watch how they act with their friends or in a big group, and then compare that to how they behave when it's, just the two of you. Now, what's so interesting here is that this change can go in completely opposite directions. That little adrenaline rush of being near their crush can make some people super cheerful and chatty, right? But for others, that exact same nervousness makes them clam up and get all quiet. Either way, it's a huge sign that your presence has a major impact on them.
Okay, next, let's talk about physical space. This one is super subtle, but sometimes a person with a crush doesn't even need to talk to you. They just feel this pull to be near you.
This is a classic move, especially for shyer people. They might engineer one of those accidental run-ins or take the long way around the office just to pass your desk. Maybe they'll position themselves across the room just to be in the same orbit as you. It's all about closing that distance to create an opportunity to connect. Ah, the classic stare. Come on, you know this one. Have you ever looked up and caught someone looking right at you, and they immediately dart their eyes away? Or maybe you've just felt that weird sensation of being watched from across the room. You gotta pay attention to that feeling. And this perfectly shows the two sides of the staring coin. That quick glance away, that's pure nervousness. They got caught. But that lingering gaze when they think you're not looking, that's them just taking you all in when they feel it's safe. Both reactions really stem from the same place: total fascination.
You know, a smile is such a powerful thing, especially when it's coming from a potential crush. It's not just a polite little gesture. It's this genuine, almost involuntary expression of happiness that happens just from seeing you.
So the real question you have to ask yourself is this their you smile? Is it that small, kind of bashful smile that shows they're nervous? Or is it a huge, uncontrollable grin that just lights up their whole face? If it's a smile they seem to save only for you, that is a very, very telling clue. Okay, let's shift gears. We've talked about what their body says. Now let's get into what their words and how they say them are revealing. This is where things can get a little more direct. Just think about your recent conversations for a second. Who's the one sending that first text? Who's making that first call or suggesting you should hang out? More often than not, the person who's consistently putting in the effort to start the conversation is the one who's more invested. See, they aren't just waiting around for an excuse to talk to you. They're actively creating one. When they reach out first, whether it's a bold move like asking for your number or just sending a random meme they thought you'd like, they are making it crystal clear they want you in their life more. Sure, okay, friends compliment each other all the time, but this is different. This is about someone who seems to notice and appreciate every little detail about you, and they just can't help but say it out loud. It goes way beyond just being polite. It's when they are consistently impressed, almost dazzled by you. They think your jokes are funnier, your stories are more interesting, and your accomplishments are more amazing than anyone else's. And it's because, in their eyes, you genuinely shine. All right, here's a little experiment you can try. It's kind of fun. The next time you're talking, just subtly signal that the conversation is ending. Glance at your phone, start packing your bag. Most people will totally get the hint. But someone with a crush, they value your attention so much, they'll often try to re-engage you just to keep that moment going a little bit longer. And finally, we've arrived at what might just be the most powerful indicator of them all, their actions. Because when it comes right down to it, how someone chooses to spend their time says absolutely everything about their priorities. Seriously. Pay close attention to this one. Time is our most valuable currency, right? So how someone chooses to spend it is a direct reflection of what and who is important to them. If you are a priority in their life, they will find a way to be there, period. So here's what you look for. Are they pretty much always saying yes to your invitations, even the super last-minute ones? Do they cancel or shift other plans around just for a chance to see you? When someone actually reorganizes their life to make room for you, that is a massive sign that their feelings for you run deep. So, we've looked at body language, we've decoded their communication, and we've analyzed their actions. Now let's just zoom out for a second and put all these pieces of the puzzle together. Now this is so important to remember. Any one of these signs by itself could mean anything, right? Context is everything. But when you start noticing a pattern, When someone is consistently showing 3, 4, or even more of these signs, that's when you have a really strong indicator that you might just have a secret admirer on your hands.
And that brings us to our final thought. As we've gone through this whole list, were you picturing someone specific in your life, kind of ticking off all the signs they've been sending your way? Or did you happen to recognize a little bit of yourself in these descriptions?
Definitely something to think about, right? Thanks so much for hanging out with me to decode the world of secret crushes. We'll see you in the next one.